Today on Horror Movie Talk, we will be reviewing Ouija Origins of Evil. This movie was chosen by our patrons. If you want to make us watch some dumb movie like this one, go to patreon.com/horrormovietalk.
Shots fired.
I'm coming for you, Mike Flannagan. This was a problem.
Is this a metal thing?
Yes. Little taste.
David, what is this?
Pretty thick.
Great.
I have to kill a lot of people. Just tell me what you want me to fuck.
I have big tits and a tiny vagina.
Oil me up, Daddy.
I can't believe that Bryce prefers big tits. Mistletoe alert. This is butt country.
This guy was a real jerk.
How long can Hugo being pregnant?
Chomp, 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 chomp.
Oh, you're such a dick, David.
Okay, everybody, put on your corpse handling gloves.
Ew.
Hoodie Picasso.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Horror Movie Talk. My name is Max, and with me is my beautiful, beautiful co-host, Bryce Hansen.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome, buddy. We're a silly and opinionated horror movie review show. New releases always get priority, but we also review older horror movies, both good and horrible. Don't expect a full recap, but strap in for some hot takes as we dive into what we liked and hated about this movie. Make sure you rate, review, and subscribe anywhere you're listening. Check out horrormovietalk.com to find links to our socials or call 682-253-4468 and leave us a voicemail. Guys, if you're listening on audio platforms, please go to our YouTube channel and just subscribe for the hell of it. Bump up those numbers. We've been seeing a lot of growth on YouTube, which is really great to see, and I'd like to continue that. But enough of that chitter chatter.
Inversely, if you only follow us on YouTube, go to a podcast platform and follow us there too.
It doesn't hurt.
If you have an iPhone, especially go on Apple Podcasts and follow and leave us a review. It helps us out a lot.
Right.
Like just that thing. Here, if you want to know what you can do to help out Horror Movie Talk as much as possible, follow, listen to an episode on Apple Podcasts, and leave a review. Helps us in the rankings. And commenting and interacting with YouTube helps us with the algo too. So if you want to be a doll,
That's true.
do that.
No. We were once among the top 10 podcasts in the world, I believe. Was that true? Don't correct me on that.
It was the top 10 movie review podcasts at one time. We got up to 7.
That's pretty cool. Well, let's get back there. And we're going to get back there by giving you a great show today. We'll be reviewing Ouija Origins of Evil. Bryce, do me a favor and close your eyes for a second. Okay, keep them closed. The word Ouija is all over our screen right now. Don't peek. Spell it for me.
Ouija.
Okay, that's really impressive. I had to type the word Ouija about 50 times while preparing this episode, and you would not believe how long it took me to figure that out. It's a tricky word.
Oh my gosh, how did I not get the Ouija board YouTube prepped?
A Ouija board. A would ya? But on this show, we're going to start out by giving a spoiler-free review and synopsis. After we give our scores, we'll jump into the spoilers section. So if you don't want to hear spoilers, head out at that point, watch the movie, and then come back, please. At the end of the episode, we will be playing Guess That Ouija Board, a game where
Ouija board. How do you make a Ouija board? How do you feel about Ouija boards? How to Ojo board works? How we can do planchette without using Ouija board? Is it dangerous to play Ouija board? Ouija board?
I feel for
Yes,
those people.
that will be played about 1 billion times during... I'm going to interrupt Max about 1 billion times during the episode with this YouTube video.
That's okay. It's great. We will be playing Guess That Ouija Board, though, a game where I will read synopses of movies with the word Ouija in it, and Bryce will have to try.
Ouija board is cussing me out. Is the Ouija board online fake or real?
It's the Ouija board is cussing me out?
It's the Ouija I real game.
But Bryce will have to try to guess the name of the movie based on the synopsis, knowing that the word Ouija is in the name. Does that sound good?
Sounds great. I
All
can't
right.
wait.
Ouija Origins of Evil can be found for free on YouTube, something I should have told Bryce before he paid for this movie.
I bought it on Fandango at Home, which used to be Voodoo. Voodoo is like a much better name.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, hey, can we watch it on Voodoo? No, we have Fandango at Home. Like,
Well,
it just doesn't.
The fear with Voodoo was always like, well, you don't own it, though. What if the company goes under? We never considered the possibility that the company would just change to be dumb. That's much worse.
Yeah. Would you rather lose access to the movies that you paid for, or would you rather just cringe every time you have to say, like, oh, I watch it on Fandango at Home?
Is Fandango really that big of a company that they couldn't have just called the app Fandango and like changed the marketing? I know they do like different types of shows for movie theaters. Like you'll see like The Opera brought to you by Fandango at the theater, but like
What is it? Them that does that? No, that's a different thing.
That's Fathom.
That's Fathom. No, Fandango is like the original online buying tickets website. Like it's the first place that you could buy tickets online.
Okay, well now that every movie theater has an app,
it's one of those things where they built up enough cred. They also took, for me, they took over the place of the local paper for seeing movie listing times. Like I always go to Fandango for movie listing times instead of going, because it lists all of the theaters. It doesn't list just, Regal.
Yeah, I guess so.
You don't have to go to two separate websites to see it. And they've got trailers and they've got their own little, editorial stuff. But yeah, I bought it. I bought the package of Ouija and Ouija Origin of Evil.
A real game? How we can able to play a Ouija board or whatever? How do I?
So yeah, I already spent like $15 on it.
$15, dude. Holy crap. Okay,
actually,
so
it might have been 20. I can't remember, but I got two movies with it. It didn't seem like
that's not a deal. That's not a good deal. Okay.
Well,
so
I thought I was buying it for everyone, so I wouldn't have to get. I wouldn't have to reimburse $5 for each of us.
Okay, so here's the deal. You can either watch it for free on YouTube or you can log into Bryce's Fandango at Home and watch it there.
And I'm not sure, is it free for everyone or is it free for people that have YouTube Premium? That might be another thing.
That's a great question. I don't know.
It looked like it was an official YouTube page. It wasn't a rip.
It wasn't a rip. It was an official upload of the movie. That's a good question. I don't know, because I just typed in Ouija Origins of Evil and the first thing that popped up was the YouTube. I was expecting to pay $4 for it, and it just started playing.
Yeah.
Find out if they're a ghost in my house without using a Ouija board. A Ouija board game?
A Ouija board game? Anybody? All right, let's get into this movie. In this prequel to the movie Ouija, Bryce, have you seen Ouija?
I have not. I've only seen this movie.
Okay. Well, this movie makes more sense if you've seen Ouija, because this is the origin story. I mean, it says origin in the title, but
I put two and two together.
All right. Well, we're given a family struggling to make a quick buck in the 1960s as spiritual mediums, but they aren't just any regular spiritual mediums. They're frauds. Which I guess actually makes them kind of regular old spiritual mediums.
That is a regular spiritual medium.
We kid. We love the occult here.
We love the, supernatural. We believe it, just like you.
But when 9-year-old Doris discovers that she can actually speak to the dead, for reals this time, using a Ouija board, the family business starts booming. As Doris's spiritual talents begin to take on a more sinister tone, The question on everyone's mind is, who or what is Doris really talking to? I've been giving...
What happens? When I was a kid...
You are just going to keep... What happens? I've been giving Ouija Origins of Evil a hard time lately because I remember it being very bad. Then I rewatched it, and it's still pretty bad, but not quite as bad as I remember it being. The movie is directed by Mike Flannagan, a director who has brought us incredible movies and TV shows such as The Haunting of Hill House, Hush, Gerald's Game, Oculus, Dr. Sleep, my personal favorite, Midnight Mass. He has thoroughly proven himself as a director who can create something scary as well as emotionally impactful. This movie is not that. It's extremely cookie cutter and doesn't even really attempt to break the mold of any stereotypical haunted house movie. If you've seen any of the Conjuring movies, you've seen this. If you've seen any of the Insidious movies, you've seen this. Stop fixing my typos in real time.
What? Why do you refuse to use an apostrophe?
Because I don't know where it is on the board.
Youve. You don't know where to put an apostrophe?
No. I know where to put an apostrophe. I don't know. When I'm typing, I don't know where the button is for my finger because my fat fingers are hiding it.
Okay.
I'd have to look down at my keyboard to find the apostrophe.
It's the pinky. It's your pinky on your right hand.
I don't use my pinkies when typing. I never learned how to type, Bryce.
All right. Well, I'm not much better. I get it.
You ruined my flow. If you've seen any movie with the words "The Haunting of" in the title,
kid, I used to mess about with a quiche board. Wow.
A quiche board?
A Waweg board.
I could go on, but you get the picture. What this movie does well is pepper in some truly creepy imagery and a couple fun jump scares. However, it fails to do anything outside of the box or make a group of characters worth caring about. Don't get me wrong, the mother, played by Elisabeth Reaser, and the priest, played by Henry Thomas, were great. But the kids in this movie are awful actors, and I truly believe that with my whole heart. It wasn't quite as bad as I had remembered it. It's pretty average, but I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10.
Yeah, that's a little harsh. I think I also remember it being bad, and I watched it last night, and it's also better than I remember it. I think I think maybe I have a little bit of more respect for Mike Flannagan that I gave it the benefit of the doubt on the second time. But yeah, it's so cookie cutter, and it's like very tropey, creepy kid, they even throw a creepy doll in there for some reason. Possession, Waweg board. So it's
board.
It's a pretty generic supernatural horror movie. I will give it credit for going pretty fucking hard at the end. Like for how, I guess the thing that I remember being a criticism the first time I watched it, me and David saw this in theaters together before we had the podcast. But I remember, like, for how dark that ending was, they did not earn it for the rest of the movie. Like, they did not set up, the stakes for delivering on that dark of an ending. And I think Mike Flannagan, I don't know if he wrote this. Did he actually write it?
I'm not sure.
He's credited as a writer, but there's also Jeff Howard and Juliet Snowden. So I don't think he probably had full reign on the script. And I think in the trivia it says that his version was like 40 minutes longer, which would have been
egregious,
kind of interesting. But I think with extra time, he probably would have made the characters more relatable and interesting and not so generic and archetypal. But I don't know. I think it's about average. I think the craftsmanship of it is there. I appreciate that Flannagan tried to kind of emulate the filmmaking of the time of the 60s. There's a couple touches there, not like very heavy-handed. It's not as cool or obvious as like what's that movie? It's not The In-Betweeners. Oh, it's that movie from last year with my memory is so bad. Anyways, there's a couple little touches that made it interesting, but it just didn't seem very cohesive overall. I'll give it like a 5 out of 10. It's a perfectly average horror movie.
That's pretty fair. I think I'm just getting annoyed with our bar for average. It's like the average horror movie is not worth watching, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it's entertaining enough. I don't know. Like I want to see good movies, you know. It's hard to make a good movie. Like it's rare. It's a precious pearl.
That's true.
It's a pearl of great price, Max.
I agree.
And like you can't expect every movie to be great.
Yeah.
Or even good. Like sometimes you just get the table stakes and it's done competently, and that's okay. And I appreciate that, because sometimes like there's tons of movies from the 90s that are average, but they're really enjoyable to watch, you know, just because there's not a lot of like effort to make it unique, and it's more like, is this cool enough? All right, let's fly with it, you know?
Right. I just couldn't imagine a world where someone asks me, hey, I want to watch a horror movie tonight. Do you know of like a good one? And I was like, Ouija Origins of Evil. You gotta watch it.
Yeah, it's not a must watch, but it's not terrible. I mean, if you were to recommend a Ouija board movie, I'd recommend this one.
Sure. What are some other Ouija board movies? Like we have Ouija.
We will find out from the game, right?
Well, we will find out from the game, but I'm thinking of like movies maybe that aren't like specifically like the Ouija board is the thing, but it has it in there. Like Paranormal Activity has a Ouija board.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of I mean, even The Exorcist has a Ouija board in it.
Stranger Things kind of does a play on the Ouija board.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes I'm a little confused at the copyright for Ouija, because it's copyrighted by Hasbro.
Correct.
And sometimes like you'll see movies that say like, oh, it's a witch board or a spirit board.
Oh.
They won't say Ouija board. But then there's like about 1 billion B movies with Ouija in the name.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, is it copyrighted or is it like a... Because I think I suggested Max the game because like Amityville, there's about 1 billion shitty horror movies that use the name of the town Amityville in it because you can't copyright it. It's not like, no, this is, you know, you can't protect the franchise because you can't copyright Amityville. Same thing with Exorcist or Exorcism. And for some reason, Ouija.
Yeah. It's kind of like, you know how everyone calls them Q-tips, but they're really cotton swabs, and Q-tip is the brand? Ouija has overtaken the name. It's a brand that became what we call it.
It's true.
What do you call these things? Planchette boards?
Spirit board? I don't know.
How do Luigi boards work? Are Luigi boards dangerous if you ask something about ghosts? What's up with the Luigi board game? Is it creepy or what? Is it possible to die for playing this game? Oh, help Ouija. Do Ouija.
Help Ouija.
Help Ouija. Alrighty. Well, if you're listening to these commercials, everybody, you should know that you don't have to. You can go over to patreon.com/horrormovietalk and sign up for the appropriate tier to get ad-free content, also early content, bonus content, and you, too, can vote for movies for us to watch like this one. So if you have some dumb movie that you are like, please, I need an episode on this, you can make that happen. And honestly, it's not that hard because there's only a handful of people who vote on this every month, and they will always pick the dumbest one.
There's a lot more now. It's not a handful.
No, that's true. We have like 20.
Yeah.
Like 20 people.
It's just enough to be gamed. Like, you can definitely, like, muster up the votes. You could form your own caucus.
Mm-hmm. It's true. And people don't, which is weird. Like, use the comment section to be like, guys, please vote for this one. It'll be hilarious. I'll vote for yours next week. Like,
right.
But anyways,
this one was pretty unanimous. Not unanimous, but over half the people voted for this one. Like,
which is crazy. What is it called? What was that Japanese one that was on there? Maybe it's not Japanese. Maybe it's Korean. Gonjiam Haunted Asylum was one of the options, and no one picked it. And I was surprised because that movie is crazy. Have you seen that? That's a movie I would have enjoyed doing this
week.
You
you could always pick it yourself too,
When was the last time I got to pick a movie, dude?
I don't know.
I haven't picked a movie in the year our Lord 2026, I don't think. No, I probably have, but
I don't think I have either. We've been pretty stuffed with new releases.
A lot of new releases lately. Almost every week, which is kind of unbearable to handle. But enough of that. If you want merchandise, you can go to horrormovietalk.com/shop. There you can get hats, t-shirts, hoodies, buttons, stickers, anything with our logo on it. You can get it for a friend. Also, check out our resident artist, Dustin Goebel. He does all the artwork for that merchandise. And he has a project that he's been putting out called Forayan. And you can follow him on Instagram at Forayan, where he is putting out a panel each week of his graphic novel. And I've been following along and reading, and it's really cool. And he's doing a fantastic job with it. It's very professional and interesting. So check him out there. If you want to hear your voice on the show, call 682-253-4468 and leave us a voicemail, and we'll play it on a future episode. Thanks again for listening. Let's get into spoilers.
Ouija board experiences, help pulls, Ouija board, Wega board, help pulls, pulls help, Ouija board, Wega board, pulls help pulls, Ouija board, Wega borad, help pulls.
So if you're going to a spiritual medium, how much investigation is okay versus like rude? You know what I mean? Like, if I walk in to do a Ouija board session and there's a big, long, what are they called? Tablecloth over the table, I'm suspicious. And I'm going to want to look under that table. But that seems a little rude.
Yeah. Well, I imagine anything that you try to do that would actually expose them, they'll have some reason why, like, oh, we don't want to bring in any, bad energy into this. Like, you really need to believe in, if we mess with the tablecloth, this is a spirit tablecloth, and the spirits might be spooked by the ruffling. Like, a good thing to try would be like, you go into the medium's place and just be like, hey, can we switch seats? Can I sit there? You sit over here? Yeah,
that would mess them up.
Probably fuck it up pretty bad for them.
I wonder if there's any spiritual mediums out there who, like, no tricks. Like, and they're just like, hey, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, you can't predict the spirits.
I mean, all of them, right? I mean, that's basically all what they're doing.
You think most of them are doing that versus, like, playing a trick over on you.
Well, yeah, they're all playing a trick on you, but like how genuine it sounds is just up to the skill of the medium, I suppose. Because I think most of it, I mean, even when you see the famous ones that are like really good, that probably have people researching in the background, even then, like you can catch like the tricks of narrowing down of like, oh, you just kind of vaguely say something and then let them lead you to what they're thinking of in their own mind. But you make it sound like I can't quite hear, like the name starts with an M or like an S. Does anyone here have a family member whose name starts with an M or an S? Oh, my father's name was Michael. Oh, Michael, that's it.
Yeah. Have you seen those videos where like it'd be like a TV show of a spiritual medium and a woman would be like, when my dad was passing away, it felt like he was trying to whisper something to me, but he passed away before he could tell me. Do you know what he was trying to tell me? And the lady's just like, oh yeah, he was trying to say he's not your real father. Yeah, your mom cheated on you and he's not your real father.
I think I know the medium that you're talking about. There's like a straight shooter, like Southern medium that's just like bold. Like he's just like, I mean, and why the hell not? If you're going to lie and scam people, like why not make it fun for yourself? Just be like, yeah, I'll just throw out grenades in these people's life, you know?
Well, why not? Because that's an insane thing to do. Imagine like those people believe too. It's like, now that person's forever just like, I guess he wasn't my dad. I don't know.
But honestly, like, it's not statistically impossible for that to be true either, you know?
Sure.
I think a lot of that stuff where it's like, I mean, even they explore it in this movie where they're like, you just kind of say vaguely assuring things, you know, like if you step back, you're like, what did I actually learn? You know, it's like, oh, I love you and I miss you and, you know, I forgive you. It's like, okay. That'd be great to like have a medium just reveal that your dead family member is actually still super petty about arguments in the afterlife. Just like, actually, I still believe I was right. Like, you should load the dishwasher this way because it gets the dishes cleaner. So stop asking me about it.
You know, on the topic of people not being a real dad, just recently, I say recently, it was a couple of years ago, but I had a cousin who, I'm trying to remember the specifics. He either did like a 23andMe type thing or like went to the doctor and had like a blood test done and found out that his dad was not his dad.
Yeah,
wild.
That's way more common than people understand. That's probably the biggest impact that those genetic tests have had on people. It's not like, oh, I'm actually 5% African American. Like, no, I mean, sure, that might be interesting, but the fact is, like, people are realizing how much their ancestors fucked around, you know? Like, actually, you have nothing to do with your grandpa. Like, your grandma was a huge slut. And she fucked his best friend. So
real quick, people are trying to get into the live stream and they can't.
They can't?
Nope, they say no link. No link for me.
Oh, because I didn't post the link.
You silly.
Such an idiot.
Oh, man. Hold on.
Hold on. I'm coming. Okay, wait. Maybe
Fix it, Bryce. You know what? We started this episode talking about how you needed to do that.
You know what? If you want to take up some of this production responsibilities, you're more than welcome to.
I don't.
I'm sorry. When you're responsible for setting up everything, you know, it's sometimes you forget one or two things.
Yeah, I do things too.
You do things.
You wouldn't see them, but I do things. Is it up now?
It's up now.
All right,
it's in
cool.
the comment.
All right. Well, anyways, we were talking about this because the start of the movie is the mom and the kids kind of playing tricks on people to get them to believe that they're talking to their dead relatives, being a little sneaky about it. And we learned that they have good hearts. They truly believe they're helping people, but they know that they're not actually speaking to spirits, which is a little unethical, but
yeah.
Then
I mean, that's like one of the things that tips me off, that like kind of pulls me out of movies, is like, I feel like I have a pretty good sense of people, you know, and like I can see the patterns and the type of family and personality that's going to go towards being a professional medium is a certain type, and it's not what's portrayed in this movie. Like, do you find it believable that like a perfectly average, you know, middle class loving family that seems on all appearances as being like emotionally stable and loving is going to be able to consistently commit fraud against people and take their money and be like, yeah, it's, you know, we're helping people? I feel like the same argument would be made, but by people that are kind of delusional and okay with like, well, yeah, I'm just hustling. You know, I got to do what I got to do, you know, and like, you know, we're kind of helping people, you know, like they go off and they're happy. We're not hurting anyone.
Well, I think there is an ethical way to do it, and it's just, this is entertainment. Like, make it about entertainment, not about helping people, not about talking to their dead relatives. Just like, hey, you want to have a spooky experience? $10.
Yeah. I mean, if you're like Penn and Teller and you're like a magician that comes out and says like, hey, this is an illusion. This is not a fact. But, you know, then sure, why not? But if you're like someone that literally says like, I commune with spirits of your dead relatives and I can tell you what they're telling me, like, there's something wrong with that, you know? People want to believe so hard because they're hurting, and it's wrong, you know?
You know what else I think is odd about this family's how they work is like, they're also very connected to the Catholic Church and like in good standing and like have good relationships with the priest.
It's like, it's a little unclear because like they go to a Catholic school, that's definite. But when the priest is talking with the mom
on their hot, sexy date,
he says something. Yeah, he says something about like, I'm not super familiar with your cult. You know, so it sounds like they might not be Catholics, because at no point does she call the priest over and is like, hey, can you exorcise my house, or can you, you know, whatever. It's literally like he's just the school principal or something.
Yeah,
like he's acting as the administrator of the school. So I don't see any like crosses or anything. Like there's no symbology of Christianity in their house. So I think
that's true.
So I'm not sure. They don't lean heavily either way.
Yeah. So, okay. So maybe they aren't Catholic. That's a good point. Lena, the teenager, 15, sneaks out of the house to play Ouija board with her hot boyfriend, right?
Mm-hmm. How to use Ouija board, and is it real?
That's where we get a little bit of the intro of like, this is what the Ouija board is. This is what's going to be the gimmick. And the mother eventually decides to incorporate the Ouija board into her seance because she wasn't using one before. She was just using candles. So now they got the Ouija board. And a good thing to point out is her husband passed away not too long ago. So dad of the family is dead. Well, Doris takes it upon herself to start using the Ouija board, the Wega board, if you will. And
Wedgie board really work? And if so, what happened? Where do I obtain a wedgie board?
does the Wedgie board work? For Doris, it does. And she thinks that she's talking to her dad. And this sparks a whole like, oh my gosh, our dad is back? Like, husband is actually here with us? And everyone is kind of freaking out and enjoying having good old dad around. Until things start to get a little creepy around the house. Doris is waking up with weird pains and using the Ouija board in the middle of the night, only to be possessed in one of the oddest ways I've ever seen on television. With the demon jumping into her mouth, hands first.
That's not as unique as you'd think. Like, there's lots of shit that goes into people's mouth in horror movies.
That's true, because it's creepy. Having things in your mouth that you don't want in your mouth, frightening.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I just had flashbacks of my uncle. Anyways, let's keep going. Just kidding. JK.
Just kidding. So Doris is like full blown possessed, but she's doing these seances with people where she can move the planchette piece without touching it and speak in the voice of dead relatives to give people peace, which on the outside seems like a very helpful talent to people who are grieving.
Yeah, I love that she integrates the Ouija board, and instead of just using the conceit of the game itself, which is like, yeah, you can just kind of move it if you want to be the one that's manipulating the conversation. Instead of just doing that, she's like, no, I gotta scam it up. So I'm gonna put like a magnet on my leg and be able to move it with my leg. It's like, all right. Again, it goes back to like, I wish they would have made the family more scummy. Like, it would have been more believable if they were more scummy. And also, it probably would have delivered on the ending more, because like, it's like,
you get what you deserve.
do you feel as bad? Like, they're kind of asking for it, you know? Like, they're like, if they're more scummy and more, you know, conniving and self-serving, it feels like the ending would have turned out more satisfying.
I mean, they do things in this that are very scummy.
Yeah.
Like, there's a family that comes in basically trying to talk to the dead wife, asking like, should I make this financial investment in my daughter's fiance? Yeah. Which, even if like your heart says like, oh, don't give all your money to some boy your daughter's dating. Like, it's not your place to tell people what to do for that. And so she's like, oh no, your dead wife says don't give him the money, which causes a stir and people are upset. General scummy behavior.
Well, they even use that to like say, you know, actually, you know, I'm doing what's in the best interest. You know, like, it's actually trying to show that she's actually got a good heart, that she would be protecting this father. And the reality is like, not really your place though, is it? By the way, did you notice? I did not notice that the daughter in that scene, it's one of the first scenes, is Kate Siegel. It's played by Kate Siegel.
Kate Siegel. Hold on.
She is Mike Flanagan's wife now, and she's in all the Mike Flanagan things. She was
that was
Hush.
her?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't even notice that. She must have looked different.
Yeah, because I went in the trivia on IMDb, and it like kept mentioning Kate Siegel and what's her name? Lynn Shay. Or Shay Lynn? Or Lynn Shay. Whichever one.
I couldn't tell you.
But and I was like, they weren't in this movie. Am I reading the wrong trivia? And I realized that one, oh shit, let me try to find it in here. Yeah, Lin Shaye. It keeps mentioning like, oh, actually, like the ending with Lin Shaye was confusing. I'm like, when was Lin Shaye in this? And apparently there was a after credit scene. Did you watch the after credit scene?
No, I was trying to get out of there as quick as possible. Did you watch the after credit scene?
Yeah, so after I read the trivia that there was an after credit scene, I watched it, and it's literally just Lin Shaye turning around. I guess Lin Shaye was in Ouija.
Oh, okay.
Ouija, the original movie. And then like it mentioned Kate Siegel, and I was like, what? Who is she? And I had to go back and find it. I was like, she must have been one of the like customers, and she was at the very beginning. Jenny Browning.
Watching this movie after having seen like Haunting of Hill House, Bly Manor, and Midnight Mass kind of opened your eyes to be, oh, he was working with these guys like way back when. Like this is a tight knit group.
Yeah, this is 2016 when this came out. Hush came out the same year as this, so he was hustling, like he was making a name for himself. And I think Oculus came out a year or two before this. Anyways, yeah. So I guess Ouija Origins of Evil didn't do super well at the box office. It actually made less of a return than Ouija did.
Who could have guessed? Who could have guessed that the prequel to Ouija wouldn't do well?
But notable is this is the first Hasbro branded product that actually got a decent reviews from critics.
What other?
So like it actually was the first. Yeah, it was like Battleship and G.I. Joe and some other bullshit, but like, and Ouija. But Ouija Origins of Evil was the first one that actually got a fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes out of all their previous
I can't wait for them to make
attempts.
like Monopoly, the movie, and it's just people like having to sell their homes because they're being foreclosed and like
yeah.
So yeah, Doris is being evil, I guess, and her sister Lena is starting to notice the evil. She like finds these journal entries written in Polish by the hand of Doris. She takes it to the priest, and he's like, "Yo, this is crazy." So he comes to see the family. Actually, I do want to throw in there, we mentioned it before, but the mom and the priest do go on a hot, sexy date, which is bizarre, but hilarious. I don't know in what world she was thinking she needed to go to this all hot, because like the principal of your kids, who's also a celibate priest, is probably not inviting you to dinner to just to get to know you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she looked stunning. I'll say that.
That's true. We've got our first comment from our audience. Ryan says, board game movies and shows are coming. Even Ticket to Ride is going to Netflix.
Ooh. Ticket to Ride, and it's just, how can I make this train longer? This train is only the second largest train on the east side of the Mississippi. Riveting. So the priest wants to get a little Ouija action, a little Ouija board action, and kind of is sussing it out. Doris is pretending to speak as his dead wife, and he is tricking the demon. And this all comes to a head as he gathers the family up top to be like, hey, your daughter's evil, and we got to do something about that. Meanwhile, Lena's boyfriend stops by and gets tricked into climbing into a tiny hole and dies. I couldn't imagine. Well, actually, I've been a teenage boy, so I could imagine being so interested in a girl that I would climb into a dark, creepy hole with bones in it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing is like if Lena had asked him to do it, that would have been believable. But having some little, like, almost toddler be like, "Hey, climb into that creepy hole and get me jewelry." It's like, no.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
It shows, it truly shows the difference between the 60s and now, because like if I was dating a girl and I knocked on her door and her little sister answers and she's like, "Oh yeah, no one's home, but you can come in." No, thank you. No, thank you, little girl. I'm not spending time with you in this house all alone. That's not happening. Yeah. But he's cool with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. You were dating in the 60s. What was that like?
Well, wasn't her sister there? Her sister was there at the time. She was just upstairs.
Well, she says she's not here, but she'll be here soon.
I guess I missed
necessarily say that. I mean, to be fair, he knocks on the door. She answers and says, "Come in." So he steps in, closes the door, and then is like, "Actually, she's not here, but she'll be here real soon." So he's already kind of in there, but still, I'd bulldoze past a child to get out of a situation where it looked like I was spending time with a kid alone.
Mm. Yeah.
But you were dating in the 60s.
The simpler
so
times,
like?
but back before you were terrified of getting accused of pedophilia.
Right. Know? Very simple times where, unfortunately, there was a lot of pedophilia. So they all kind of, the priest climbs into the hole next and comes out very possessed. I should mention, there is this plot point where the house used to be owned by a Nazi doctor. Hey, you might need to connect Nazis and Ouija boards later for our game. But
okay.
A Nazi doctor performed experiments on Polish people in his basement in a secret room. Mm-hmm. And that's why the house is evil, because their souls got trapped in this house. And now I guess these Polish refugees are the bad guys. Interesting messaging.
Well, there's only one Polish refugee. It's not everyone that died was Polish.
You don't think it was like a Legion situation?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Nazi doctor just took all comers, to murder.
I don't know. I feel like
specifically was finding Holocaust victims.
I feel like Nazi doctors are pretty specific on their targets.
I didn't really go into it.
I guess not.
But yeah, that is notable that they find in the walls are full of bones, which helps with the wordplay of like the house has good bones, as well as establishing the house as an actual graveyard. We didn't touch on the 3 rules for the Waweg board that don't actually exist for real Ouija boards, which is number 1, never do it alone.
Right.
Always have to have a group of people. Don't do it
on
near
a
graveyard. And always say goodbye. And I love how in horror movies, like, just you have to have the rules in order to immediately go against them.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even take any effort usually in horror movies to be like, let's try to do it right at least once. It's like, no, immediately.
Well, I think the movie Ouija does specifically go into the rules. And the way all of the ruckus starts is they don't say goodbye, or like one of them plays alone or something like that. And incidentally, in a graveyard as well, because it's in the same house, I think.
Yeah.
Or no, maybe, I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie. Anyways,
It's dangerous to play Ouija board. Ouija board? My Ouija board is cussing me out. Is the Ouija board online fake or real?
Even when you were like a pretty religious guy, did you ever have any like reservations about Ouija boards?
Yeah, I talked about this with David, I think, on past episodes, but I did have one experience with a Ouija board. And I don't even think, let me try to remember. I must have been like 5 or 6 at the time.
It's pretty young.
And it was me and my best friend, and I think one other kid, and they broke out the Ouija board. And I don't think anything, I barely remember it, but I think we did something with it, and then we left the house and went walking around, and then I had a really dark feeling, and I said, I don't feel like we should go back in the house right now. I had this spooky feeling, and I think I was just freaking out because of the Ouija board. Mm-hmm. I think I might have heard about the Ouija board before that. But yeah, basically nothing actually happened, and I don't think we like played for more than like 2 minutes with it, but it was impactful in that it freaked me out.
Yeah.
As a kid.
I think as a kid, I would have been really afraid of it. Now as an adult, my thought process is like, I can barely have spiritual experiences when I try super hard.
Uh-huh.
I don't think sitting down with a board game is gonna cut it for me, but you know, maybe the more you believe in the Ouija board, the greater the power, you know? What
does that tell you? What does that tell you, Max?
Well, that's what I'm getting at, is you have to have faith. You have to have faith before the miracle, you know what I mean?
Right. Right. You have to be suggestible to be a sucker.
Or, I mean, you're so cynical. Maybe you just have to have an open mind. Maybe you have to break down those barriers. Maybe you're the suggestible one.
To play Ouija board or whatever. How do I find out if they're a ghost in my house without using a Ouija board?
We're getting so much mileage out of this. We're going to play the whole video in this. We're going to get copyrighted.
I think we already have, to be honest.
Wow.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. I'm very cynical about it. And it's actually like, it's kind of sad because it's the easiest angle to take. It's like, oh, it's fake, you know? Because the more complex is like justifying it, because then you have to answer a lot of questions. It's like, okay, so are the ghosts just always hanging around? And like, what's that like for them to be like, finally we can talk to them, and haven't tried any other way? It just has to be this board game and this specific planchette,
specifically designed by Hasbro.
Designed by Hasbro. It's like, that's convenient, right?
It's a little convenient. You got to get past the conveniency. You got to dive in. You got to open your mind.
Yeah.
So the priest gets possessed, comes out, fights it, and then is shoved down the stairs. Boyfriend is hung from the ceiling, which actually I thought that was actually
for that clarification. The boyfriend is hung.
Listen,
from the ceiling.
Bryce, careful, he's a minor, okay? The guy was 17, so we don't know anything about that, but he was hung from the rafters, which I actually thought was a pretty good gimmick, where he's hanging there, and then later on when someone's running away, he bungees over to her. He bungees over to her, which is both funny and pretty scary.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Yeah, the ending. Let's talk about the ending, because like the last third of the movie is like so dark, so like unconnected to the rest of the movie. Like it's kind of like bravo for going hard and like turning the corner and being like, oh, you think you're going to have this type of family-friendly, conjuring, PG-13 bullshit? How about we kill fucking everyone?
Right.
Like, because fuck you. And that's exactly what they do. They kill the boyfriend immediately. Then they kill the priest. They crack his neck on the stairs, which is like, actually kind of impressive in terms of like predictable horror movie tropes. The priest you would expect to save the day, or at least like come back and have some kind of influence, even Yeah, even like after he died, I was like, well, surely the priest will have some sort of influence. His ghost will have some sort of influence on the happenings of this ending. Nope. Little girl dies. Somehow, like, well, I guess in the process of sewing up her mouth, she dies.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? And then mom dies. So, like, everyone dies, like, in short order, and the only one left is the teenager, which is I guess, Ouija. Like, that's the character that carries over. She's who Lin Shaye is in the Ouija movie.
Well, you skipped over my favorite part, which is where Doris is chaining up her mother, and Lena comes over and Taylor Frankie Pauls her in the back.
Say that again?
She Taylor Frankie Pauls her.
I don't know what Taylor Frankie Pauls.
Have you not been watching the news?
Oh, is that the...
She's the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives girl who threw the chair at her husband.
Oh, yeah, while her, like, baby was sitting right there. Like,
so she whacks her in the back with a chair.
I don't remember that part. I don't remember the chair part. I thought she was just grabbed her with the demons.
Well, okay, but you mentioned the sewing part. This part is where I feel like they jumped the shark a little bit, because it just doesn't look good. Like, they were going for some, like, very supernatural, crazy ending, but it looked awful. I mean, there's like these CGI demons grabbing her. There's like this wind blowing in her face, and she's like a horrible actress, so she doesn't look scared at all. And she's like sewing up the mouth like this, which I'm sure is more difficult than just going like this, you know? Like,
yeah,
it's probably hard to...
like a fucking pro.
Yeah.
Like, because it was like, whoosh, whoosh,
right.
Whoosh, like that. It's like, yeah, that's not what a, 8-year-old would be able to, or like I guess it was a teenager. That's
She's
not like
15.
What a 15-year-old would be able to do.
I mean, this was the 60s, back on the Little House on the Prairie times, when they were probably, the children were sewing to make a living.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think your sense of time might be a little off. It's not quite Little House on the Prairie.
No, but I read Old Yeller.
Okay.
But yeah, she does die from that, which is pretty insane.
Yeah. So I guess I only know, because I haven't watched the original movie, but I only know from the trivia that, like, the thing that crosses over is Doris, the ghost of Doris with her mouth sewn shut, is in Ouija.
Right.
And Lena is Lin Shaye's character in Ouija.
I think the whole plot of Ouija, if I remember correctly, is like, to defeat the evil, they actually have to cut the sewn mouth of the dead body of Doris to free her spirit so that she can, like, stop the demons.
Mm.
Oh,
okay.
That's something.
Oops. So her dad was just
wrong,
telling her wrong information, I
guess. Yeah, because the spirit of her dad is telling Lena, you have to sew the mouth. You gotta sew her mouth shut. Bizarre way
that
to
would
stop
have been
a demon.
That would have been a great reveal if it was like, actually, your dad was never here. It was the demon, stupid. You killed your sister, stupid.
Well, that's the thing, is like it has like a hopeful ending at first, where it's like, you've stopped the demon because your dead dad told you how to do it, and the ghost of Doris apparently goes to heaven. And then
how do we know that?
Because her spirit rises up and holds hands with her father.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And then the ending, where we see Doris again running on the walls, which is like, okay, so nothing changed? I don't know.
Lena's in a mental institution.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a super dark ending, which, I mean, sure, why not? It makes it interesting.
Yeah,
I will give it that. Like, as predictable as the first 2/3 of this movie was, the last third was not what I expected.
Yeah.
So it has that going for it. Yeah, I think like Mike Flannagan in this movie, like he showed a lot of the chops that he would use later, but the polish was not there and the setup wasn't there. And I think it was probably because a lot of his hands were tied with decisions that he would have made. But he also would have made a 130-minute movie, which would have been insane for this movie. I'm glad that it was, an hour and 37 minutes or something like that. It wasn't that bad.
Couldn't imagine a 2+ hour Ouija Origins of Evil.
Yeah.
All right. Well, any last words before we get into our game?
Yes.
What happens? When I was a kid, I used to mess about with a quiche board. Wa-weg board. Is that how you spell the evil game thing? Wa-weg board.
By the way, these were actual... the video he's showing is actually just showing...
These are all Yahoo answers.
Luigi board? The Luigi board? Making a Luigi board? Have you played the Luigi board? Can you burn a Luigi board?
Well, I was going to say these were things that I was typing into my search bar as I was researching for this episode, but...
Right.
How do you spell the Luigi board?
Wa-weg board?
Alrighty, here we go. My computer is being really slow right now. I'm kind of worried about that, but here we are. You see this?
Guess that Ouija board.
Guess that Ouija board. The game where I will read synopses to movies that have the word Ouija in it, and Bryce has to guess the name of the movie. You ready?
All right, let's do it.
All right. Synopsis 1. A group of teenage girls summon an ancient man-eating shark after messing with a spirit board that washes up on the beach. An occult specialist must enter the shark's realm to rid the world of the deadly spirit ghost once and for all.
Ouija shark.
Ouija shark.
Yes.
You're a genius. Fun fact, any horror trope, if you add the word shark after it, there will be a movie on IMDb.
It's true, yeah.
All right, well, that's a strong start for you. Synopsis. Terror awaits 5 friends who unwittingly awaken a dark power by using an antique Ouija board.
This will be like some kind of generic thing. It'll be like Ouija awaken the evil or something like that.
Okay, is that what you're going with?
Yeah.
All right, this one was kind of a trick question. This is Ouija.
Oh, this is just Ouija. Fuck.
Yeah, nothing special about this one. Ouija. All right. An animator and a janitor are playing with a Ouija board, and Coco is haunted by a bunch of ghosts. I have no idea what this one is talking about. I got all of these from IMDb.
An animator and a janitor. Yeah. Ouija. I don't know. Ouija kids.
Ouija kids. This one was another kind of trick question. This is Ouija board.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, okay. No more tricks. No more tricks. The next ones are as they seem, or are they? Film student Brandon and 4 friends play with a Ouija board, unwittingly opening a portal to the spirit world and a drowned girl's deadly mystery.
Ouija ring.
The Ouija experiment.
The Ouija experiment. Oh,
yeah.
Man.
They were getting out the beakers on this one. A girl takes her friends to a house with a dark past for a research project. They unwittingly, there's that word again, summon an evil entity with plans of its own who makes the house part of its sinister game. I'll give you a hint. The The words in the title are in the synopsis.
The Ouija project? It's either Ouija
You're
project
so
or
close.
Ouija house.
It's Ouija house.
I was going to say Ouija house.
I'll
next.
give you Ouija house. I'll give you Ouija house. That was close. All right, 2 points. 6 sorority girls escape to the countryside for a weekend getaway with their new pledge, Dawn. But unbeknownst to them, an evil force from World War II is awaiting for them. Dawn's great-grandfather, a notorious Nazi murderer. When they conduct a seance that awakens the spirit of the evil killer, their fun weekend getaway becomes a never-ending nightmare as they are hunted down by the vengeful spirit.
Okay. We got sorority. We've got escape to countryside. We'll say like Ouija sorority camp.
No, I'll give you another shot. Don't overthink it.
Ouija killer.
Bryce, this is Ouija Nazi.
Ouija Nazi. Damn it. All right. Synopsis. On November 1st, 2 young girls were reported missing. At the crime scene, police found a deceased male with multiple stab wounds and a cell phone which belonged to one of the missing girls. The following footage is what they discover. Ooh, it's a found footage. Ooh. Let's go. Ooh, this one could be Ouija project as well. Or it could be... No, it wouldn't be like Ouija activity. Yeah, let's do Ouija project.
This is Ouija Clown.
Ouija Clown. All right.
Let's see. I think I have one more. Yeah. Since the death of her boyfriend, Harriet has been traversing the hell that is online dating scene, but with no avail. Following yet another bad date, Harriet finds a Ouija board in the basement and forms an idea. Why move on when you can just channel your dead boyfriend and keep the relationship going? But as is the case with love and loss, it's never a straight line, and what follows is a night of speed dating with the dead until eventually Harriet finds what she wants. But is it truly what she wants?
Ouija date?
Ouija go out with me?
Oh.
Yeah.
Patrons, please vote for us to see Ouija go out with me. I will totally watch that movie.
Oh,
is that Haley Joel Osment in the poster?
No, it's Hattie Preston. Yeah, there were some crazy Ouija movies out there. Alrighty, folks. Thanks for hanging out with us as we talk about Ouija Origins of Evil. Again, this was a patron pick, so please go over to our Patreon to sign up and give us your money and snag as many perks as you can along the way and vote for some good movies next time. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good day, sir. Good day, sir. You lose. You get nothing.
Is that a raincoat? Yes, it is.
So to take a stroll through the scraggly woods.
He had no face.
Horror!
What is a Ouija board? How do you make a Ouija board? How do you feel about Ouija boards? How to Ojo board works? How we can do planchette with thought using Ouija board? Is it